And I think that that should be celebrated and supported rather than everybody trying to pick off the little bits that don't seem to work.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Frank, can I move on to you, please?
Thank you. I think this panel is a call to action. For the last 4 years or more, there's been some level of awareness about the sustainability challenge, and there's been a lot of action, but we seem to be stuck somehow. And 60 days before, or less than that, before the Rio+20 summit, we still haven't got it together. So, in spite of a lot of action, I just wanted to share with you a reflection. What has happened? In this year, economic analyses are more sophisticated. We have scientific advances, policy frameworks and mechanisms, communications to deliver messages to people that were not thought about years before, and in spite of some gaps, stronger institutions to deliver results. So why is it that in spite of all action, we're not there yet? I think it's time for us to ask ourselves, are we really representing the interests of the people we work for? Are we playing the role as leaders that we need to at this stage in time and humanity? Do our actions really represent the values that we speak for? Or are we being distracted by political or economic interests that derail us from our tasks? This is a moment of uncertainty, and leadership is about enabling others to achieve their purpose under conditions of uncertainty. So we need to lead people into the unknown, because people do the best they can with the conditions that they have. And sustainability entails adopting change and adapting to change. As leaders, we must show the way to our communities as to which values to maintain, which ones to change, which ones have to be eliminated, and which ones need to be included. We need to be willing to trust ourselves, trust others. We need to be willing to fail. And in countries like Colombia or other countries in which there's poverty, we need to be willing to enable people, to empower people, so they're part of the solution, even to the extent to which we can become irrelevant. We need to be willing not only to distribute good news, but to distribute costs and responsibilities, for example, to the private sectors. So the barriers that we're facing today and the barriers that we're facing in the Rio+20 issue today are not economic, technical, or political. They're just manifestations of deeper issues. We might be trapped in our roles. We might be confusing our roles with what we are as individuals. We might have forgotten about human dignity and working for peoples that don't have a voice. So before action, I would encourage us to reflect and to have vision, to imagine something that is greater for all, to have curiosity to understand why things have not worked so far and how can they work moving forward, to have disposition to understand different perspectives and to reconcile those, to have character to make decisions and set the limits, even if some group of interest don't like it, to have the discipline to execute and follow up with method, and to have the generosity to allow others that have not yet been born to rejoice in the fruits of our labor. And after that reflection, we must act now because there's a sense of urgency.
Thank you. Maybe in